Good morning from Nepal. Today I'm going to brief about one important event, and that is Activist Summit 2020 in Nepal. And this is important in the sense that this is going to happen for the first time in the world with this format, this comprehensive and holistic format. Uh, Whatever information we have found in the Google, we have searched literature, we have searched Google, and we have asked with many friends around the world. According to their information and based on the literature review, we can say that this summit, this sort of summit of activists in a holistic and comprehensive format, uh, have not been organized or conducted in any part of the country. While going through the literature, we found that in 2019 in Geneva there was a youth activist summit. A few years back, there was HIV activist summit in Africa. But regarding the whole spectrum of development, and it's not only development, it's a sustainable development, and whole spectrum of whole life and planet. The activists working in every sector have not been captured in any summit uh, in together or in a holistic manner. In that sense, for the first time in the world, Activist Summit 2020 Nepal is going to happen on 8 March 2020 in Birganj, Province 2 of Nepal. And this is quite important with its objective and its expected outcome as well. Like government of almost every country have formally recognized diverse sector like non-governmental organization, international non-government organization, UN agencies, donor, multilateral, bilateral, private sector, entrepreneurs, media, filmmakers, political parties, everywhere, everybody. Like Nepal, most of the country has recognized formally, well recognized all these sectors and the contribution of all these actors. But it's very unfortunate. It's very painful to know that the integrated acknowledgement and formal acknowledgement of the activist of all levels. I don't want to say the lower, higher, smaller, bigger, but activists are equal because they are doing from their heart without any self-interest. So contribution and role of the activists in integrated manner for all have not been formally recognized and acknowledged by government of Nepal and other government around the world. And that's very painful and very heartbreaking situation we have found through literature review. Like with the NGOs, with INGOs, with other development partners, with the private sector, with our corporate works, we are doing like everybody's doing their self earning things. Everybody's doing their job, everybody's getting salary, everybody's like having living expenses from those works. But the activists who are actually like contributing to the society, for the country, for the people in need, uh, they don't get any salary. Even they don't expect the salary and anything from the society or the country. And they are doing the service to the people, to the country, to the world, to the planet on the top of their personal, family, and professional life. They are compromising many dimensions of their life. They are compromising from their personal life. They are compromising from their family life. They are compromising from the professional life as well. So our one of the objective to organize this activist summit is government around the world, not only Nepal, should formally acknowledge, recognize the role and contribution of activists in integrated manner, not on individual basis, not only for the celebrity activist. So that's one of the major objective of the activist summit we are going to organize. We have another four objectives as well. Second objective is to create an environment where activists can come together, to learn together, to share the ways, solution to face the challenge and problems while doing activism, while providing social services. They can establish a loose informal network with like-minded sectoral activists, and they can work together, they can collaborate together to bring changes in the country, in the world. Another third objective is to honor, to promote, to encourage their willingness, their motivation, their power, their strength of social service, of their volunteer service, of their philanthropic service, by providing them a well established and well set award and felicitation. So we are also starting activist award with this summit. I'll come in the detail later. Another objective is to hold technical discussions among activists with moderation facilitation of very experienced, talented, and highly skilled technical and senior persons. And that discussions will focus on developing their capacity, finding the ways how the country, the society can be prosperous with dignity and equality in a sustainable way manner. So third objective is that we are trying to best utilize their knowledge, their experience, their learnings, because what I believe personally, the experience, the knowledge, the grassrooted, groundly rooted experience and learnings activists has, I think no other agency, no other professional have this sort of experience. Because you know even I work, I have my professional work as well, but I am doing that for my livelihood. If I you know mm, if I don't get salary, then I'll stop my professional work. But I'm not going to stop my social work, activism, in any condition. So the experience, the learning, the motivation that the activist has is not with any other, neither with government official, neither with development actors, neither with political leaders, neither with any other professional workers. So activists are like a lotus, so we have to promote, preserve, and protect them. So this is another objective. And third, we're trying to have a cultural night respecting all the diversity in the form of language, culture, and society. So that we are going to also have a cultural night along with the activist award as well. So basically these are and we're trying to deliver masses that no matter from which religion we are, no matter from which society we are, no matter from which class we are, no matter from which ethnicity we are, we should sit together, we should respect each other culture, language, and each other differences. We should have a congenial environment where we can live together, we can respect together, and then we can have a better world that the sustainable development goal actually dreams. So basically, these are the five objectives of Activist Summit we are going to have on 8 March 2020 in Birganj province to Nepal. So, as I said, this is the first time in the world, and Nepal is pioneering this. And that is really very proud moment and pride for Nepal and all the human beings throughout the world and all the activists who are giving their life, their time, and their energy to the society, to the countries, to the world. Now I'll come to the format of the summit. Basically, this Activist Summit 2020 will have three sections. One is a completely technical session that will have technical discussions with different modality on different issues. Second one is activist award that I have already shared with you, that we're going to provide um, activist award to the almost 25 category. And then we'll have a cultural night as well, where we'll have local, national, international artists from different background to promote cohesion and respect among different, culture, group, class, and people. So these three are the major section of the Activist Summit 2020 in Nepal. Now I'll start with the technical sessions. So in the technical sessions, we'll have opening ceremony where we are inviting. We are not inviting celebrity or high level people in the opening ceremony. We are inviting the beneficiary, the right holders for whom activists work. They are the real key guests, chief guest for us. So they will be our key guest. We are inviting almost five similar kind of like beneficiary for whom the activists work. And then we'll have also definitely um, chief of province to government of Nepal, Honorable Tilak Pariyar sir. So this will be the opening ceremony. After that, we'll have uh, keynote speakers. We have three international keynote speakers. One from Nepal, Ms. Radha Paudel, who is well known for establishing agenda of dignified menstruation in Nepal, not only in Nepal, also throughout the world. Second, we'll have Dr. Ajay Upadhyay from India. He's an activist in the sector of agriculture and farmers. So he has been doing great job in India. He's like a Kisan Andolan. And then third, we'll have international keynote speaker from Bangladesh, Imtiaz Pavel. He's also doing great work in Bangladesh, mainly for the equality and against violence. So after this keynote speaker, we'll have panel discussion. And the panel discussion topic is basically safety and security of activists. And this has been very prominent and this has been very burning issue in Nepal nowadays. You might have read the news, you might have listened the news that one activist in province 2 in Dhanusar district have been killed by the mafias only for the reason that he, Dilip Kumar Mahato, was raising the voice against the crosser corporate people who are actually destroying the Churi area, the mountain area, which is actually the base for the the water in the Tarai land. Only for that reason, the mafia has killed them. And this has been a process. The movement is going on to give justice to uh, Dilip Kumar Mahato. And then government district administration office is also taking some good action. So we hope that soon this will, have good result, and then guilties will be punished. So we'll have a panel discussion on this safety and security issue of the activist, and we'll have panelists. We'll have the NP Sawardi from Nepal. We'll have Mr. Hira Singh Thapa from Dailek. Then we'll have Ms. Saru Sunar from Kathmandu. These two guys are the NP Sawardi. Then we'll have Mr. Prakash Tharu from Birganj, and then we'll have Mr. Saroj Rai from Dhanusa. And this session will be moderated by Ms. Radha Paudel. So this will be a one panel discussion on the safety and security of activists. After that, we'll have another panel discussions, and that will basically focus on feasibility, challenges, and prospect way forward of science, technology, and innovation in Province 2 of Nepal. You might have known that after our new constitution, 2015, we'll have a federal structure in Nepal, and we'll have 7 provinces. So we're trying to explore the ways we're trying to start the policy dialogue on science, technology, and innovation. What is the feasibility? What is the challenges? What can be the way forward for this in province two? Because till now, province two is only focusing on agriculture and in the culture things only. So there is huge possibility, potentiality for the science, innovation, and technology. And under this, we'll have very renowned Mr. Mahavir Poon, the chairperson of National Innovation Center, one of the panelists. Then we'll have uh, Dibakar Jha, who is living in Germany. He's a very good scientist over there. Then we'll have Dr. Lok Pokhrel, who is assistant professor in North Carolina University. Then we'll have Dr. Chandrakant Raut, who had been working in NASA in US, and he also belongs to the province too. Then we'll have also Amar Mandal, who is a scientist from province too. Likewise, we'll have few more names, around 56 panelists, and then this panel discussion will be chaired by Honorable Minister, Federal Minister of Education and Technology, Mr. Giriraj Mani Pokhrel. We are trying to approach him, and this session panel discussion will be co-chaired by Honorable Minister of Social Development from Province 2, Mr. Naval Kishore Shah. So this will be eye-opening and landmarking panel discussions on the uh, you know what again science, technology, innovation in Province 2. And then we'll have uh, 10 parallel satellite workshops. We'll divide one thing I just forgot to mention, that we'll have 200 activists participation in this summit. The activists who are working for province 2, he or she might be from any province throughout the Nepal, he or she might be from any part of the world, who are doing their activism, who are doing their campaigns in the province 2. So we'll have 200 activists participating in this activist summit 2020 Nepal. And for this 10 parallel satellite workshop, this is also very important section of this summit. We'll divide 200 into 10 groups. We'll assign one sector for each group. Like for example, for one group we'll have social development, for other sector group we'll have culture, heritage, art, and tourism. For other sector, like we'll have science, technology, innovation. Then for other we'll have financial prosperity, entrepreneurship, business. In this way, we'll have different sectors, and then in each group, we'll have a senior, highly competent, and skilled moderator, and then they will conduct 2 to 3 hours workshop parallelly. 10 workshop will conduct carried out parallelly, and that workshop actually will discuss on what are the that workshop will discuss mainly on the prosperity of province 2. What are the feasibility of prosperity in province 2, what are the challenges for that, and what are specific problem that province 2 has been facing to make the province 2 prosperous. And then they will come up with idea that what sort of strategic work should be done to make province 2 prosperous with dignity and equality. And they will also define the role, what strategy direction, and who should play the role, like whether this role is for the federal government or provincial government, local government, or this is role for private sector or development partners or media or artists or political parties or blah blah, you know. So they will basically come up with for every sector, like from social development, for culture, for every sector, they will come with the idea with very concrete and strong options of strategic work to be done with specified responsibility at different level to make province to a prosperous province in the Nepal. So this is very A very important core, section of this summit. And after that, we'll also have a TED talk. We are inviting very inspiring personality to share their stories to inspire the activists and other guests over there. And we'll have three stories. One will be the India. We all know Super 30, the story of Anand Kumar and his team. It's not a single man work, it's a teamwork. So in 2019, there was a movie released, Super 30, where Hrithik Roshan as Bollywood star, I mean superstar, Hrithik Roshan has played the role of Anand Kumar, and that has been very widely, acclaimed and highly successful movie. So we are inviting very senior level people from Super 30, and he will actually deliver and share their story of Super 30. And then he is also interested to expand Super 30 Nepal as well. So it's a great opportunity for Nepalese, the people who are interested in education sector, who are interested to make the ultra poorest people educated, and to bring them at IIT and medical entrance level. So we'll have one stories of Super 30, then we'll have second stories of Teba, very unique name in Nepal in NGO sector, and we are requesting Miss Rita Thapa. She is a founder of Teva, and how Teva established. And I think this is the one of the reputed, and I think only one NGO in Nepal who is doing fund generation and providing fund to other um, agencies, organization in Nepal for the girls and women. And this is very unique to the Nepal. This agency doesn't depend just on the donors. This NGO has become a donor for Nepali agencies working for the girls and women. So this is another very inspiring story. And third is inspiring story from Sarlahi district. Like in Sarlahi district, there is Barhatwa rural municipality, and within this rural municipality, there is one temple called Mukteswar Mahadev, which is generally known as Murtiya Mandir, and this has been basically set constructed in 7th century, and it's very archaeologically important temple and site. And we are inviting the chairperson of that Mukteswar Dham Mahadev Temple Management Committee, Mr. Ram Bahadur Mahato. He has been so inspiring. He has been so doing great job in protecting all the archaeological value of the temple. And he has been campaigning, doing social work, doing activism since almost 30 years ago. And he has been Department of Archaeology, Government of Nepal, to protect the things over there. And he has been doing a great job over there. So we're inviting him to be one of the TED Talk storyteller. So these three will be TED Talk inspiring stories. At the same time, uh, we are also trying to, we are working to publish activists profile. 200 activist profile will be printed and published in a book. And I think this will also the first time in the world that this sort of publication is going to happen. We are collecting information from the activist, but it seems that information will not reach by the conference timeline. So definitely we'll continue collecting, and then we'll have probably publication of this activist profile after the summit, and then we'll have separate launching program of this activist profile. Then we'll have 200 activist profile over there, and that will very rich, useful, and informative document, not only to the activist but also for the government, for the donors, for the media, for the people who are interested in the development, who are interested in the activism. So this is another thing. So with all these technical sessions, we'll have one thing again I forget. We'll have a technical session on sustainable financing and medium term expenditure framework. And whatever work we do, financing is core and heart of the work. So we are inviting Dr. Uttam Podel. He's economist, very young economist, who will deliver, who will give a technical session on sustainable financing and medium-term expenditure framework. And this will set a background that whatever work we do should be financially viable and sustainable. Yeah, with all this technical session, we'll have a concluding session at the end of technical discussions. And then in this concluding session, we'll invite our Honorable Chief Minister, Mr. Lal Babu Raut from Province 2. Then we are also inviting other Honorable Ministers like Mr. Naval Kishore Shah, Ministry of Social Development, Mr. Jitendra Sonal, Honorable Minister Jitendra Sonal, he is Minister for Physical Infrastructure Development. And then we are inviting also Honorable Minister Vijay Kumar Yadav, who is Minister of Finance and Internal uh, Finance and Planning, and also inviting Mr. Honorable Minister Gyanendra Kumar Yadav, who is Minister for uh, Internal Affair and Law, and we're also inviting uh, Honorable Minister Ram Naresh Rai, who is Minister for uh, Industry, tourism, forest and environment. So also we are inviting minister from federal ministry, then Sachetak, we can say, from all political parties in province 2. And then we're also inviting EDP donor representative in the closing. I'm not. We are not saying closing session. It's a concluding session, and then we'll inviting them, and then we'll present the gist and conclusion of all technical discussions in front of them, so that they will not only come in the session to give a speech and go, they will come to listen, understand the output that the whole 200 activists have given will give with their experience, with their learnings, with their knowledge. And that will be very useful for the province and the Nepal. So as brief presentation will be made during the concluding session, and all the information will be prepared in form of report, and that report will be handed over to provincial government, federal government, donors, and others. So this is basically the technical section of Activist Summit 2020 Nepal. Now I will come to the another section, that is Activist Award and Cultural Night. So Activist Award 20 and Cultural Night will be organized in swimming pool stadium hall in Birganj, where almost 7,000 audience will be there, and very well crafted stage we are going to construct, and very like 20 by 24 stage, 20 feet by 24 stage will be there. There will be linear sound system. There will be LED screen of 10 by 16 feet, and it will be waterproof tent. We are trying to make it more safe, and we don't want to make any risk of rain. So we're trying to make it more protected. So very good stage will be, and so with sound system, everything, lighting will be there. And then we'll have around 3 to 4 hour activist award and cultural night function program over there, and all the high level dignitaries from government, political parties, celebrity, artists, donors, private sectors will be there. All activist participants will be there, and beside them there will be around 7,000 audience watching live, watching with their first hand all the sorts. And we are going to have 25 category award, and 25 categories like education activist award, health activist award, was activist award, like culture activist award, science technology activist awards. There's 25 category. I'm not going to read all this because it will take time. And the event activist awardee finalization is very intensive and very fair process. We are trying to make it more dignified, more honorable and more well accepted, widely accepted award. So we have 7 step process to make this award very reputable. Again, I'm not going to in detail of that because it will take more time. So you can have a link, you can find all the detail over there. And while having the award function, award handover and cultural performances will go like parallelly, simultaneously. Few one or two award distribution and then one performance, again one or two award distribution and then one performance. And for the cultural night, we are not going to perform or show only the cinema or filmy things over there, not only for the entertainment. Definitely there will be entertainment, but this will be a very clear message on the social cohesion, on the cultural cohesion. So we're going to have a performance, might be singing, dancing, drama, and comedy, uh, on like many languages like Nepali, Maithili, Bhojpuri, Avadi, Tharu, Bajika, Maghi, Urdu, all the even might be Hindi, all the languages, all the from all the cultures. Nepal, like from all the like Pahari, Madesi, like Hindu, Muslim, all the cultures. So we're trying to respect the diversity. We're trying to deliver masses that we all should sit together. We should also respect each other differences, each other culture and identity. This is the way we can bring peace, and this is the way we can bring prosperity and equality in our country. So to perform all those things, we'll have a artist from province to local artist, and then we'll have a national artists as well from Kathmandu, from the Nepali cinema industry. Till now we have confirmation from Suraksha Panta. She's a very good actress. And then we'll have Keki Adhikari, we have Sweta Khadka, we have confirmation from Nisha Adhikari, we have confirmation from Nikhilu Pritidai, then we have Nirmal Sharma, we'll have director Naval Nepal. So many have already confirmed. But we are uh, like national actors like Pramod Agrahari, Ravindra Jha, Kameswar Chaurasia. Many of them have already confirmed. So we are in process of finalizing that. And with from the local, we have many more. I can't just make the video longer. So there are many more. And then we'll have also artists from India. So we are inviting singers from Mumbai, and then we are also inviting. We'll have uh, world record made, Guinness Book World Record made Charlie Chaplin to Mr. Rajan Kumar. He's from Mumbai. So he will have also show and performance. Then also we are inviting an artist from Bangladesh. So with these things, we are going to have activist award and cultural night in the so. And while handing over the trophy and tamrapatra to the awardee, in the person in peer will hand over the trophy and tamrapatra and bouquet, one from the celebrity and another from might be government or political leader or private sector corporate people. So in a peer they will hand over the trophy. So basically this is the second and third section of the summit, that is activist award and cultural night. With this, 8 March is International Women's Day, and this activist summit is going to happen on this day. So definitely, it our moral duty, it our ethical duty to respect the International Women's Day. So respecting the power of women, power of girls, we are going to have a very new honor, Samman. In Nepali we say Samman. So we are going to have Janki Nari Samman. Janaki means Sita, the daughter of King Chanak of Mithila in ancient time. So we'll have Janki Nari Samman, which is Janki women honor. So we are going to select seven courageous girls and women from Nepal, from all seven provinces, one from each province, who actually succeed with their struggle, with their courage, even in very difficult situation. So this is also very fair process. We have opened the nomination call with 10 days of deadline, and based on the nomination we have, a jury committee will review all those things and then decide finally and come up with the seven women, courageous women list, and we'll honor them for their courage, their determination, and their success, their struggle with Janki Nari Samman. This will be one important thing. And definitely the few suggestion and feedback has come that why only for seven province, it should be provided to the uh, each district, one women from each district. Definitely we'll expand this in coming years, but this is a starting year, so we are trying to be more precise so that we can learn, we can further build on that. So we'll have definitely uh, not only district wise, we can make it local government wise. We have 753 local units in the country, and then we can definitely uh, select one courageous women, one courageous woman from each local unit, from each district, from each province, and this can be done annually. And this will be, I think, the very catalytic initiative and work to respect the women, to encourage them, to inspire the others to learn from her. And this is very important section also of this activist summit. And we'll have definitely a rally on the International Women's Day in the Birgans metropolitan city. So basically, this is a format, three sections of activist summit. One is complete technical discussion. Second is activist award. Third one is the cultural night. And all these concept, with the grace of God and with blessings of God, this concept has been prepared and led by Bhor, an organization who has been campaigning since 2009, after its formal establishment, even before 2009, since 2005, uh, without registration. So it's a poor initiative, and definitely it needs huge cost. You have already listened that 3 day expenses of almost 400 people, their living, their fooding, the logistic, stage, sound, tent, transport, internet. And one thing I forget to say that all those event, all the event will be made live in this YouTube channel for Bor Nepal YouTube channel and the Facebook page of Four, with 4 or 5 high quality 4K camera with online editing. So you can have the people who can't come to the uh, summit, they will have opportunity to watch this live with very high quality video through 4 5 4K camera and in online editing in a very professional way. So definitely please subscribe this channel of Pone Nepal if you want to watch activist summit live. And definitely all these will need cost. We are trying to make it more and more cost effective as possible. We don't want to spend single penny in unnecessary things and in the luxury. No, no way. So even though for with cost effective approach, we need 50 lakhs Nepalese rupees. It's around uh, what we can say 50 lakhs, that means 500,000 Nepalese currency. So, and Bhor has initiated this initiative, but definitely and very honestly, Bhor doesn't have this much of financial capacity to do it alone. And even though four would have, then it would not be good to organize with a single agency. So now we are trying to collaborate. We are appealing and requesting all the diverse sector of agency and people, might be government, might be development partner, UN agency, donors, multilateral, bilateral, INGOs, NGOs, corporate sector, private sector, networks, agencies, any agencies, even individuals who want to contribute to this movement. We heartily request and appeal to collaborate with this activist summit and provide your financial support as well. We assure you, even a single penny will not be spent in unnecessary things. And there will be complete transparency. At the end of the summit, in the cultural night, we'll present details of the money that has been supported, and each line item wise expenses of the summit, and will make the complete transparency. And anyone who want to uh, you know like uh, go through, who want to see the bills, document, supporting document, they can come to our office and they can watch this, they can see this. So we believe that governance and transparency and accountability is not only to tell others, it's not only to advise others, it is to practice within ourselves. And for firmly believe on that, we'll continue doing this, practicing this. With this, we humbly request uh, government of Nepal, mainly the province 2 government, honorable chief minister and honorable ministers, to collaborate on this. We are doing this, and this is for the province too, and this will be a very good technical input, technical assistance to the government of Nepal and government of province too. An interesting thing is that, very like a coincidence, province 2 government has recently published a foundation paper for next long term plan, 5-year long term plan, and the government is in now process to develop a 5-year periodic plan. And very coincidence that this activist summit is going to happen uh, during the process, and we definitely find this is very useful. And the output that I have shared to you, with the technical discussions, the output, the findings will be completely helpful to the province to government to develop uh, its 5-year periodic plan. So even for that, province to government should support to collaborators. Uh, because without money, nothing is going to happen. So we need your support. We need your collaboration. And we assure that all the money you invest in that will bring more and more result and more, uh, you know, benefit to the province, to the society, to the country. And as I said, this is a starting. This is a first of its kind summit in the world. So you are also going to pioneer in new things. So it will be a good opportunity to be linked with this. And then we also appeal all the development partners, might be UN, mm, donors, multilateral, bilateral, INGOs, NGOs, to collaborate with this. Also appeal to the corporate and private sectors to join hands together with us, and other individual and organization interested. And we will provide very honorable visibility in all the publications, in all the digital platform, for all the sponsor or collaborator or partners. We'll use put the logo and photo of all agencies and individual providing their financial support. We'll definitely put based on their amount of contribution. So this we guarantee your visibility will be there. So with this, we are going to have this activist summit. So it's very close. We will have this on 7 and 8 March in Birgans province to Nepal. And in 7th, after this summit we'll have in 9th March, we are going to celebrate a diversified Holi. In South Asian countries, Holi is very famous festival. It's a colorful festival. So we are trying, we will also joint and diversified Holi celebration with all the participants and guests, and that will also give very good message to the society, to the people. I'm sorry, I'm suffering from uh, old and chest problem. Uh, so basically, these are the things that I would like to bring to the attention, and definitely, and if another thing, we have like very reputed, positive people and very senior people as board of advisors for this activist summit Nepal. We have 38 members who are actually advising, who are guiding us, who are providing their intellectual and a sort of emotional support uh, to us, to the organizing team, to make it more efficient, effective, fruitful, and result oriented. And again, I'm not going to take name of 38 people, it will make the video longer. All these things are posted in the Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn. You can go through there, but I assure you, it's very high level, very honorable, and very positive minded people are there. So now I would like to just like stop this video over here, and you can go through the Facebook page of Bhore, Bhore. This is Facebook page of Bhore, where you can have all the details over there. We have YouTube channel Bhore Nepal. You will have information over there. You can watch the program live over there, and then you can email us nepalbhore@gmail.com. Nepal at nepalphore@gmail.com. You can call us at my own number 98440 This is my number. Another number is 9802059 You can call us over here. Any suggestion, any feedback, or if you want to collaborate with us, if you want to support us, you can call at here. We have Twitter account, Bhor Nepal. You can come over there. So with this, I would like to stop this video over there here. And again, I humbly request and sincerely request all of you to join hands together to set the history, to work for the people in need, to bring real sustainable development, to work for the country, to work for the world and planet, Mother Planet Earth, and to join hands with us, with Bo, for pioneering this activist summit 2020 from Nepal. And another interesting thing is that Nepal is celebrating Visit Nepal 2020 years. So this will also directly indirectly contribute to the Visit Nepal 2020, and I humbly request all the foreigners and national people to come to Nepal to visit the beauty and hospitality of Nepal. You'll find the amazing diversified beauty in Nepal. Even though currently the epidemic of corona is going on throughout the world, we have to be precautious, definitely, no doubt. But with precaution, please don't stop to visit Nepal. Please visit Nepal and make our Visit Nepal 2020 a success. We need your support, your blessings. We pray the world will soon recover from this epidemic, will beat that epidemic, even though this is this has come with the complication of many things that human being has been creating and doing. Despite that, we have to face, we have to struggle, we have to fight against this bad thing. And definitely we need to protect the nature. We have to obey and by the laws provided by the nature. We should not go against the nature. And this is even recent Australia fire, very sad, very painful situation where there corona is there. So all these are giving us signal that we human being are going against the law of nature. And this is the, like, reason we are facing this sort of, like, mm, painful situation. So let's work aligning with the law of nature, respect the nature, because ultimately nature is there and nature is the everything. So let's promote, protect, and conserve our nature, and let's do whatever work we are going to do align with the law of nature. And with last, I would like to share you that this activist summit Nepal 2020 is also starting a new movement, and that is, till now, many activists, many agency, many company, many development partner, government has been working in banning the plastic, working to stop the plastic use. But there is another more harmful things than plastic, which is flex print, that even government is using and promoting, development partner, even UN agency is using and promoting, INGOs, NGOs, corporate sector, private sector, everyone, media, everyone is using and promoting the flex, which is more dangerous than plastic. It's a carcinogenic thing. It needs more time to you know decompose than plastics, and we are using in our daily life. So this activist summit 2020 Nepal is going to have without use of a single piece of flax. We are starting to, I don't want to say completely stop. I don't want to say we are going to eradicate the use of flags, but definitely we can say that we are going to minimize at maximum level the use of flags. So this activist summit 2020 Nepal is going to happen without using any flags. We'll use digital screen, we'll use uh, clothes to print the matters. We are going to use papers to print the matters, which are less dangerous to the nature, less dangerous to the people. So we are going to protect the nature and the health being of the people with this. So at the last, I again appeal and request humbly, come, let's join hands together to make the history by organizing a very pioneer summit called Activist Summit 2020 Nepal. Thank you so much. Namaste.